All right, well, I want to start with thanking you all for taking the time out of your busy days to come to the mall for a little demonstration 101 on the Brine this year. Mark has been working tirelessly through the summer, trying to get things in place and get the training material and all the sites squared away and the trucks set up, and it's been a big logistical push and a lot of phone calls and a lot of time. So thank you for that, Mark. It's been a project, and here we are. So
it's not over yet.
It's not. We're far from over, but now it's time to implement what he has been working on. So today, what we're going to be trying to do is go over the Boss SnowRator sidewalk machine, which is right here, and then we have the SSV sidewalk machine here, our backpack sprayer applicator, and then we also have the trucks that all this equipment gets transported around in with the brine tank in the back. So we're going to try to touch base on it all. I'm sure we'll miss some stuff. If you have any questions, feel free to speak up or ask, or call, text after, or whatever. But we're here to answer your questions. And the other thing we recognize is this is new for us. This is our second year, and it's going to be new for all of you guys. And I grew up spreading rock salt, granular. So when I heard brine, I was like, oh, here we go, one more thing. And it wasn't until last year when it was about 5 degrees, we just got a big event, and I had salted a parking lot. It was the BJ's in Portsmouth, and he brined a parking lot. Within 15 minutes, his parking lot was black and he had water running on it, and mine was not even close. It was still white. And all the surrounding parking lots where other people were using solids, same boat, and his was black. It was just like, wow, okay, this is real. This is a thing. Did I have my buy-in into it? And so I think once you guys start to see it and use it more, you'll kind of be more believers to it. But it's going to take everybody's patience. I'm sure it's going to be frustrating from time to time, and you may get soaked from time to time because he has, from different fittings blowing apart and not being connected properly. But that's part of the learning experience here. So what do you want to do? Do you want to do fill first? Do you want me to tackle the machine? Yeah. All right, so here we have our 2004 Freightliner MT45. We have 8 of these beauties. Again, this is the dummy line that will be stored in the truck for you guys. There's a valve on the immediate inside. So there's a valve in the right on the inside here. You do have to kind of look around, but that is the valve you'll open and close when filling your sidewalk machine. You can see it right there. Yeah. That's closed, and then that's, I gotta watch the shoes. So that's open. It's important to note when you guys are filling the totes in the back of the shovel trucks, you crack open the top cover. If you do not, that tank will swell. I'm not going to say it will burst, but you will cut your fill time down substantially.
They are venting caps, but
it is a venting cap, but the rate that you're filling it at, it can't vent fast enough. So just crack the top of the tank during the filling, and then once you're done getting topped off, tighten it back down because it will splash all over the back of the truck and just make a mess. So that's kind of the filling process. Any questions about filling or pulling from the truck? Wow, I covered all the bases. That's good. Andre, nothing? Cool.
I'll fill SSV up.
Yeah, we can do that. You want to do it? You can do your... All right.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah.
Check all surroundings before backing up. Nice, sort of like. Yeah, that's right.
What? There's still a ball. Yeah, fill it up.
Throw your hose in and open it. I'm gonna set new records, but
Yeah, we don't have to do a full thing. And then Mark, when you're pulling from that tank, you won't have to open that,
No.
top it off.
Nope.
Fine.
so the cover's gonna vent in the middle of it.
Well, I know they both do, but I didn't know if it would make
Yeah.
any difference. Some of this stuff is new to me still, so bear with me. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. All right, Mark, that's good enough for the training purposes. The video purposes.
Yeah, it's just a tip.
You know what they say, there's nothing tighter than a cross thread. I don't. You're gonna take over.
That's fine.
Yeah. All right, guys. If you want to come in closer, Mark's gonna go over the actual unit.
So on these units, they have a spray bar underneath, some nozzles in them. You got nozzles on the side here, middle, and on this side. So if you want a wide spray pattern, I think it's like 54 inches. You leave these nozzles open. You want just to go narrow walkways, you don't kill grass and stuff.
Do you guys all see
Set
that?
these
There's
nozzles
a
down back here.
valve on either side, the outside line.
Hey, freak out, they can't hear you in the back of the class.
Come closer. Just narrow right down.
And Mark, when would you do that?
On like a narrow walkway with, grass right next to you.
Yep.
You can shut one side down if you're walking, make it a little bit wider. On this, to start them, the switch here is your pump switch. Builds your pressure up for your lines. This lever right here will turn these on. And you can turn these and shut them down. Had to go drive it out and back and show how it lays it down. Hey, pick the file up.
And it goes off into the sunset.
Just gonna shut this off and put it on the top. You gotta pull the e-brake. Pull your brakes off. Like steps or something. Your pump push still be on. The pistol grip and spray.
That's for staircase.
Yeah, staircases, whatever, ramps, you can't get up. You don't need to soak everything. Just like the lines like that are great. That's pretty much it for that one.
So Mark, on a standard walkway, one pass, are you doing?
Yeah, you don't need to soak it. Just like that's fine.
Just one.
Yeah, it spreads
Unless it's wider than your spread pattern.
Yeah.
Correct.
And if you're using brine as a pre-treat, it has to dry 100% to be effective.
Okay.
Before the storm hits it.
The pump switch, and then the activate the pump. Mark, would they ever have to mess around with the gauge?
They might need a little more pressure sometimes. I'll find out what standard pressure is.
Okay.
This is supposed to be sitting there.
Could you see different pressure for pre-treat versus post-treat?
Probably.
If they're trying to cut through?
Probably for.
So we'll.
Go down.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're trying to cut through hard pack, we'll try to figure out what that pressure is.
Yeah.
You
That'll be
guys-
in the short videos.
Yeah. And then having the valves to shut it down. I know we do a fair amount of walkways that are a very narrow single lane with beautiful manicured lawn on either side of it. So if we can avoid coating it with liquid heat, that would be ideal.
Like this stuff's perfect for like cobblestone walkways and stuff too. That sucks to shovel.
Yep.
Helps get from the cracks.
Cool. And then you guys all know how to run the drop spreader on this, right?
I don't.
You don't?
No.
Well, that's right here. So there may be instances where the brine's not going to cut it, freezing rain, or for some reason we're out of brine. We have ice melt. You load the ice melt into the belly of the machine here, and that is all controlled by a switch right here, and then you have your setting speed. You'll get an idea of, like, you know, you set it at, let's say, what is it, 1 through 10, 1 through 5, so set it at 3, make your pass. Is it good? Is it too much? Is it too little? And adjust from there. But again, you fill right in the middle, and then your control for that is right here. So there's no other switches you have to hit. It's strictly fill and control.
Probably want to make sure you empty it after throwing food in the water.
That's-
there. It's not so fun.
If you don't empty it, it starts the next door.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, this has to be empty at the end of the event. And if you can't run it out, bring it to the front of the salt bin and just let it run. So we're not going to waste that salt. And then when they're loading up salt for the trucks, they just push it in instead of just, like I said, wasting it. So, Brian, drop spreader. Anybody have any unit questions about the unit itself?
Gas tank location. So that will come across what last year.
Oh yeah, the gasoline fill is on the back here. We've had some instances where people have put gasoline or diesel in here. This is a gas unit.
That doesn't get rid of the snow, the diesel and gas mix?
It doesn't. That's like, I use that in Alaska.
Oh
The
yeah.
hot mix.
Oh yeah.
All right.
They're all hot. All the rubber hoses love it too.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. And another thing to note, guys, if you are in a truck, either the ice cream trucks or the big 107 truck, these have a 40-gallon fuel caddy in the back with a pretty simple ball valve to open, close, to fill your SSVs, your SnowRaitors, and your snow blowers. That takes straight gas, and typically those get filled at the end of an event. But if we have a back-to-back event, don't count on that being full. And it's important to get to you. If we have a, let's say 3 a.m. start time, get there at 1:30. Go through the truck, make sure everything's set up, check all the boxes.
Make sure your diesel heaters have diesel in before you leave the yard.
Yeah, I got a whole nother video for that. But the trucks are diesel. The smaller machines are gas. Gas for the machines, diesel for the trucks. We don't have a diesel caddy. That is at the sites, and your RM can assist with that. Before we move on to the SnowRator, any questions about the SSV? Everybody's good? Steven?
What, on that? Oh.
No, I'm better than that. All right. Just touch about the machine. So these units have an electrical master switch underneath. It's like a marine switch, on, off. When you get done your shift in the truck, or if it's on an on-site location, make sure it is in the off position, because I can assure you the next person, if it's not yourself, to use it will appreciate a good battery. If for some reason the battery is dead, you can still start it. Just make sure the key is in the on position. Your choke is here, which you'll need regardless, with electric start or not. And you can just pull start it right here.
Can you demonstrate?
I'll let you demonstrate.
No, come on, bud. You're
There is a fuel shutoff. We typically don't use those. The fuel always stays on, so don't worry about that. But like I said, if the battery's dead, key in the on position, choke, pull start, you're good. Let it warm up, choke off. I feel like that's pretty simple there. Gas tank here, light switches on that one, front left. This one right in the middle. This also has a drop spreader in the front instead of in the belly of it. It's got the latches in the front to open up the compartment, lay it in. Your spreader controls right here, same premise, on and then off with your spread pattern, or your speed adjustment or your volume adjustment. Can be up there. You also have a mini gate here. These are all pretty much set to the desirable locations. You can increase or decrease just by adjusting your speed for what we feel is kind of company standard. Am I missing something?
Yeah.
You want to go with Brine now?
Yeah. So we'll pull it over here and we'll fill it up.
So you want to fill it on this?
Yeah, we'll show them how we fill off.
Go ahead.
Steve, I don't know what to do. Steve, pull that thing.
Yeah, pull it.
I'm white.
So on these units, brine tanks in the bottom, where the fuel tank is on the SSVs.
I'll get around.
Alright.
Okay.
So fill them off the truck. Hit right, Mike. Yeah, watch yourself in case you hit the wrong freaking button.
Mark said turn your spring bar on too. Yeah.
No, just the right. Actually, turn the left one on too. Turning it on. There you go. Turn the main switch. Didn't open. Oh, put it on sim speed. So we can fill you guys like this if you see us around. A little faster.
What, in the truck? Yeah, because it's not gravity fed.
That's good, Mike. So on these,
Buddy, you gotta turn the power down.
turn it off.
Yeah, I did.
Yep. So on these, the pump switch is right here. That just turns your pump on, activates your spray wand. You can
Big
adjust.
guy, but he don't bite.
You can adjust the tip of these. Everything else fine. No. Same thing as the SSV. You use it for stairs or whatever. Here's your switch again for your spray bar.
Can you change that wand from a steady stream?
Is that side spraying? I don't know if you can or not. It's not spraying?
There it is, buddy. Yeah. That one.
Hey, you want to drive this one up through? Show them the spray pattern?
All right.
You can do the whole property without realizing.
This doesn't drop in the middle, it only does it in the side.
be deceiving when you're spraying a parking lot to like look at that and be like, or this one, like, yes, heating, like, really, that's all we need.
Yeah,
But
just the
literally,
outside.
that's all you need. You know, you're preventing the bond from the ice to the surface, whether that's concrete or asphalt, and it's always melting down. It lasts a long time.
And it makes it easier to scrape your walkway too. If you
don't-
pre-treat,
yeah.
you don't have to like bear on the shovel, and it makes a nice coating on top. We used some of it last year on ours, and it was a game changer.
Steven and Travis started the season with ice melt, and they ended the season from beginning of February through March, all liquids, no solids. And I mean,
It's a game changer.
it was nuts. And to have their buy-in and belief into this, I mean, they were shocked.
Yeah.
I mean,
And those things right there.
Say, are we getting more of those?
No,
Yeah.
the pump's the way to go.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah.
your shoulder
Low
tightens.
So you just turn the
Yeah, right.
fan, which you never use that really. Use something like that and just watch yourself, Patrick. You don't have to get it just like that. You don't have to go soaking wet. You know? Or you can spray far away. Spray far away.
Oh yeah.
Got a nice set of stairs.
Don't even think about it. I should have seen
Yeah.
Yep, this is the same exact code we are on that. We'll go over that sometime too.
Yeah, Mark, we can do